All right, Shalom. This is GMS Joplin. I want to say double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the Akim out there that's pushing this word, truth and sincerity. Lesson, basically, hey, brothers, still got to push the work, but my voice went out. So I'm doing a set of videos, sort of like how I've done in the past, but kind of forced on letting the message go out. This one is about how the U.S. stole thousands of Native American children. And I'm going to let, Salakia, I'm going to let a lot of these so-called Native American people tell their story, all right? All right. And I got scriptures as well as that goes by. All right, so here we go.
Adopted by a white missionary couple. Immediately placed for adoption. Secure with one family for 18 years. They were white. My parents loved us, and I understand that, but at the same time, they took the idea that they were saving us from ourselves. Being saved, and I should be grateful for the life that I've been given, because any child on the reservation would give anything to live as I was living. They took us away from our mom. They came marching right in and literally took us and thousands of other children from their home. It's a way to eradicate us, and to go to a nation's children is one of the sure ways to do that.
All right, just to start with a scripture real quick. A lot of the scriptures popular, and most of you brothers know it. Okay, it says Book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 19. God, a troop shall come over him, but shall overcome at the last. All right. So troop. A lot of people say, what does that mean? A troop? You just go to that word. It's in the Hebrew 1416. We know that's not the correct pronunciation, but Gedud. Esau.
Strong's H 1416. Gedud.
All right. Anyway, so a band, a march, a troop, a marauding band, a riding band, troop, band, divisions of army for a raid. All right. So we know that, but a lot of people, naysayers, always want to say, well, that scripture doesn't mean that. Well, how so? All right, how so? Let's go back to this.
The U.S. has a long and brutal legacy of attempting to eradicate Native Americans. For centuries, they colonized Native American lands and murdered their populations. They forced them west and pushed them into small, confined patches of land. But Native Americans resisted. A Board of Indian Commissioners report said, instead of dying out under the light and contact of civilization, the Indian population is steadily increasing. And that was an obstacle to total American expansion. So the U.S. found a new solution to absorb and assimilate them. It all started with an experiment and a man named Richard Henry Pratt. He had in his charge some prisoners of war, and he taught these men how to speak English, how to read and write, and how to do labor. He dressed them in military uniforms and basically ran an assimilation experiment. And then he took his results to the federal government and said they're capable of being civilized. So he was able to get this project funded. In 1879, the government funded Pratt's project, the first ever off-reservation boarding school for Native American children. His motto was to kill the Indian and save the man. What started there at the Carlisle Indian Industrial School was nothing short of genocide, disguised as American education. Children were forcibly taken from reservations and placed into the school, hundreds, even thousands of miles away from their families. They were stripped of their traditional clothing, their hair was cut short. They were given new names and forbidden from speaking their native languages.
To take our children and to indoctrinate them into Western society, to take away their identity as Indigenous peoples, their tribal identity. I think it's one of the most effective and insidious ways that the U.S. did do harm to Indigenous peoples here, because it targeted our children, our most vulnerable. And they tried to make us ashamed for being Indian, and they tried to make us something other than Indian.
There are also accounts of mental, physical, and sexual abuse, of forced manual labor, neglect, starvation, and death.
My great-grandfather went to Carlisle, and nobody in my family ever talked about it. So if you Google Indian boarding schools, the majority of the pictures that you will see will be actually from Carlisle. Colonel Pratt created propaganda. He hired a photographer to create those before and after photos to show that his experiment was working. So it was, intentional propaganda.
And it worked. The Carlisle model of education swept the country and led to the creation of over 350 boarding schools to assimilate Native American children.
On the one hand, we have the Navajo as we find him in the desert. Few of these boys and girls have ever seen a white man. Yet, through the agencies of the government, they are being rapidly brought from their state of comparative savagery and barbarism to one of civilization.
In 1900,
I mean, real quick, who the hell, who the hell believes? But it was believed for a long time that savagery and barbarianism is not what the so-called white man possesses. They've showed, especially in this so far and history to date, that in that graft, in the map, they had wiped out millions and millions off the map. Literally. That's what that means when they say you wiped off the map. That's what they're referring to. All right. Here, let's strengthen it with some scriptures. All right. This is Numbers chapter 1, book of Numbers chapter 1 verse 32. Of the children of Joseph, namely of the children of Ephraim or Epiram, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and up, all that were able to go forth to war. All right. But just listing with that right here when it says go to war, it was younger too. All right. And basically, that is basically saying that Joseph is interchangeable with Ephraim. All right. According to Elder Apostle Tahar. Right. So based on that, we know when you say Ephraim, we know that place where it's so-called Puerto Rico, that's where a lot of them, Ephraim was wiped out. This so happened to be not just of Gad, but goes into all the other tribes as well. All right. Here, let's get back to this.
there were about 20,000 Native American children in these schools. By 1925, that number more than tripled. Families that refused to send their kids to these schools faced consequences like incarceration at Alcatraz or the withholding of food rations. Some parents who did lose their children to these schools even camped outside to be close to them. Many students ran away. Some found ways to hold on to their languages and cultures. Others, though, could no longer communicate with family members. And some never returned home at all. By stripping the children of their Native American identities, the U.S. government had found a way to disconnect them from their lands. And that was part of the U.S. strategy. During the same
Wait,
era
there's a
in which
scripture right there.
thousands of children...
Slack it. I want to get that in real quick. To disconnect them from their land. Well, that's, right off the rip, that's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28.
sent away to boarding schools. A number of U.S. policies infringed on their tribal lands back home. In less than 5 decades, 2/3 of Native American lands had been taken away.
The whole thing was purposeful, and the fact that it has been
buried in the history books and not acknowledged is also intentional. And in fact, the same tactics were used in New Zealand, Australia, Canada. All of these countries have acknowledged, apologized, or reconciled in some way, except for the United States.
Over time, the brutality of boarding schools started to surface. And after a 1928 report detailed the horrific conditions at some schools, many began to close. In the 1960s, Indigenous activism rose alongside the Civil Rights Movement. And by the 1970s, that activism forced more schools to shut down.
All right, so yeah, Jake started getting riled up. All right, plus the hippie spirit, that real strong spirit back in the 60s. So everybody want to be, you know what I mean, so-called Indian, right? That song, dude talking about Cherokee people, right? With the drums and everything. I don't think dude got nothing to do, you know what I mean, with being big. Song was dope, right? But you know what I'm saying? As far as the vibe, you know, village people. Look at that, right? Everybody kind of wanted to be some form of strength, because look at the village people, right? They had the policeman. It don't matter what they got, but my point is that Jake has always been a sense of that, and the mascots, you know, also the mascots of all the places too, the NFL and NBA, things like that, Redskins and whatnot. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13. I'll go right here, verse 9, and it says, and as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. All right, that's they did what they were supposed to do. The American cavalry, so to speak, came in, forcibly removed them from their parents, and raped, robbed, and murdered them. All right, so this is a good, if y'all want to finish it, you can. It goes into adoption further, how they would forcibly remove people, and they would disguise it under the guise of, like, you're doing better because they're unwanted children, nobody wants them. But again, their tactics were specifically to go into communities, and they said that Jake liked to live a bunch of people, you know that extended family, brother, little Ray come home from jail, whatever. Jake liked to, does tend to have a few people dwelling with him, right? So according to these rules, I'm sure that they made to slight us, those things are wrong. We're overcrowded in the house where they couldn't be good. Anyway, those same conditions were the same for so-called white families. They didn't do, they got favor. They got a pass, So one thing about this man said right here at the end, I'm going to play it real fast, is I really liked. He said, well, basically, I can't find dude, but he was like, we'll fight forever because it's in our blood. It's in our DNA, But anyway, so I hope you brothers was edified with this. Did I read numbers? Oh, do I got one more? Yeah. All right, brothers. All right, shalom.